Hey guys, happy Super Bowl Sunday. I hope you are getting ready to enjoy the festivities. So, what is the perfect everyday carry? That's the question on hand today. So, the honest answer is whatever works best for you. So, let's take a look at my everyday carry. And biggest thing about everyday carry is don't believe what somebody else tells you. Focus it in on A, what's comfortable for you, B, what you can employ comfortably and usefully, and C, what's your situation and surroundings? Where are you going? Every place I go, I don't take the exact same everyday setup with me everywhere I go, and it all depends on what my agenda for that day is going to be. So that's kind of the big deal here. So the first thing I want to start off with is something that I kind of think everybody should carry, and a lot of people forget about bringing, and it's not a defensive weapon whatsoever unless you want to look at it this way. Pencil. So this pen I have is a Skillcraft that I got from the Army. That is a black pen, a pencil, and a red pen. Super cool, super easy. And how many times during a day are you just like, man, I need a pen, I don't have one? Bam, just add it to your everyday carry, put it in your pocket. You're good to go. You've got what you need. So next thing is going to be if we're going out somewhere where maybe I don't want to be carrying a firearm, or I'm in a situation that I want to have a knife that would do well as a defensive fighting knife. And I've kind of brought this on the channel a couple times already. Benchmade Infidel. So this is the Benchmade Infidel. It is a great knife because it is super sharp, super slimline in your pocket, and then it does that. So Infidel is a really great defensive fighting knife for if you find yourself in a situation that you either can't get to your sidearm, your pistol, whatever it is you're choosing to carry, or you're in a close quarter situation where you really need something that is really sharp. Plus, that is a really great way to back somebody off if they are being aggressive and hostile to you. Not a whole lot of people want to mess with somebody who does that, especially with a knife that is that sharp. So another great thing about Benchmade, register your knife, and then whenever it's dull or needs service, you can send it off to Benchmade and they will basically fix it up for you, service it, get it right back, and then send it right back to you. So another one, and this is something I've already talked about on the channel a couple times, that I have pretty much every single day, and I mention this dude all the time. I love this thing, is my Gerber Pry. Thing that's great about the Pry, like I said, it has a bottle opener / paint can opener, which, if you're ever doing maintenance on your house and stuff, either for, beverages or opening paint cans, is a really great thing to have. It's got a blade, which is really nice. A little file / pry bar, which is super cool. That's a great thing to have for, if you do an outside job, how often are you looking for something to pry something open with? Then the other side, it has a pair of scissors and a little surgical blade. And, in day-to-day life, the million times you're looking for a knife, you got something you got to cut open, the Gerber Pry is a super great way to be able to do those things. And especially, like I said, if you happen to have a bottle that you may need opened, got it, handled. So that's another great one. The other thing that goes in my regular everyday carry, and we'll look at a couple of the specialized items that go for my everyday carry after this, but the other thing that I bring with me on my everyday carry is Glock 43 and 9mm. This is a inside the waistband holster from Black Rhino Concealment. You can see it's a really nice slimline design. So it goes right behind, kind of right on your hip, right behind where your leg really kind of turns into your butt at, and it's a really nicely designed holster. It's Kydex, so it offers retention at the same time. Then my pistol of choice is the Glock 43 and 9mm. Thing that's great about it, it's really a nice slimline pistol, as you can see. What I do is I put a couple of different companies. One of the ones I like is it's a Hornady rubber brace on here, so that if you're in a situation that you need to use your pistol, you're probably going to have sweaty hands, and it's a really great way to help with that. There are several companies that make extended magazines. For a pistol that's of a lower capacity, having an extended magazine with even 1 or 2 extra shots is really a nice one, and I'm going to put the link to all these extra things in the description, so you can get on there and hop on Amazon and scoop these things up, because they're super crucial. And the thing with this, I have large hands, so what you see is just with the pistol by itself, a lot of the grip gets lost in my hand, but with the extended magazine, bam, I got something to hold on to now. So it's really a great way to maximize your concealed carry, because in reality, a concealed carry is not meant to be a fighting firearm, so to speak. It's much more defensive in nature. So you want to go with something that is comfortable yet concealable in most circumstances. The next thing we'll talk about is maybe a little bit less concealable, and this is something where if I've got to go somewhere where the crime rate is a little higher, or I'm going somewhere when it's a little cooler out and I've got a bigger jacket on and I'm a little more concerned with needing a little bit more robust pistol. So again, another holster from Black Rhino Concealment, real cool shop run by a Marine. These are custom made for each firearm, and you can tailor it to how you choose to carry your firearm on top of that. So another great holster, but a little bit larger of a pistol that I highly recommend, that is my everyday carry if I'm going somewhere that is, like I said, a little more dangerous. SIG P226, amazing pistol used by the Navy SEALs. Thing that is really great about it is if you find yourself in a situation that is concerning and you've got your hammer pulled to the rear ready to utilize this pistol, it has a really nice decocking lever to get you back to a little more of a safe stance when it comes to the pistol. So that's really a nice way to operate that. And you can see, again, even for a full-size fighting pistol, you put it in the holster and it's actually pretty slimline when it comes to daily wear. So that's one of those options that, again, you tailor to where it is you're going to find yourself. If you're going to, you know, for me, my instance was if I had to go to Memphis for flying, I would have to drive through some pretty rough areas to get there. So it always felt nicer having a full-size pistol with 17 rounds of 9mm as opposed to something like a Glock 43 where your options are like 7 rounds of 9mm. So that's really a great option there. Next thing that I will carry if I'm going to find myself in, situations where I'd like a knife that's kind of a little more robust, so to speak, in its utility than my Infidel, is the Izula 2 from ESSEE Knives. So you can see that is a great little knife, and it actually comes with a little belt clip that you can run that can actually put it kind of at the middle of your lower back. And this is a great knife for both survival and if you need, something with a fixed blade and a full tang, as you can see. So that tang runs all the way through the length of it to cut something. So you'll see this as it's got this little clip right here. The other one I normally wear, but I took it off for this use, is it's got the little belt attachment, and it really sits right in the middle of your lower back really nicely. Final thing to talk about for my everyday carry is the Surefire Wedge. So a lot of times it might be really handy to have a flashlight on hand when you go places at night, or if you're going to be up early morning out doing work somewhere. And the Surefire Wedge is a really great flashlight to have. It's got 2 settings, and it's just on this little rocker switch. So you have on and super bright. So you can kind of see, I mean, it is a very bright flashlight for being a tiny one. Another great thing I love about it, it's got a micro C USB attachment, and that is how you charge this thing. So you're not wasting money on a ton of those weird little, Streamlight size batteries. You're actually just able to charge this thing with, the USB you've got at the house. So, here's I'm going to kind of lay it out in terms of how my everyday will look just on the day-to-day. So here is kind of, an idea of what I will carry on the day-to-day. So I've got the Glock 43, the Benchmade Infidel, the Gerber Pry, and my trusty Skillcraft pencil. Now, kind of what I mean to say when we're looking at this is, okay, so now, this is my run around Northwest Florida rig, right? So great. If I have to go to, Memphis, and I'm going to be there early morning to late night, we switch this out where now my setup may look like this. So it's really a great thing to do is tailor what you're going to do based on where you're going. Don't just have the same stuff every single day. So I'd love it if you guys have questions or comments you want to make about this sort of everyday carry. Maybe bring in, maybe some of what you're doing. Go ahead and throw those in the comments down here, and go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because subscribing to the channel really helps me make more content just like this to show you guys some great ways to be doing some things that you may not necessarily already be doing. So I hope you guys have an awesome Super Bowl Sunday. I hope the Chiefs win. No big deal, Missouri team. And have a great day.